Hey everyone! It's been a little while. I feel like we've missed you. I think it's only been a week, but
Well, 2 weeks because we missed a week. So
sure.
yeah, 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't know, I'm Mandy, the board gaming pinup girl,
And I'm Michael, known as Paul.
and today we will be streaming Dreamwell by Action Phase Games. I think it's gonna be exciting.
Yes.
Oh. But before we jump into all that, because I always want to get to the game, if you're looking to find us and you have questions for us, we just generally want to say, hey, they're cool, and let them know. You can find me on with my YouTube channel, To Die For Games. We're also on Facebook, and we also have a website, www.todieforgames.com. Additionally, you can see me on the Dice Tower and a few other networks helping out. And you can also find me on Instagram, Board Gaming Pinup Girl, Twitter, Board Gamer Pinup Girl. I think I've covered it. If not, you will definitely be able to find me in one of those places.
And I'm on Instagram as Paulum, Pawlom. Twitter is Paulum21, and here every Monday night, almost every Monday night, except for holidays, at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, it's a holiday for us, so everyone's away. So we're just getting back into the swing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dreamwell. So, Dreamwell, we are going to be trying to find our friends who have been lost in the Dreamwell. And this is the Dreamwell. And as you can tell by the colors, you can tell a bit by there. You'll be able to see better on the overhead. But it's very psychedelic and dreamy, and all of these things have names that I will forget.
I just call them like what they look like.
Yeah, there's a black light bulb and there's a black swan, but they actually have names that are they're hard to remember them all.
So
anyway,
before you continue,
dreamy.
I
Yes.
almost forgot to mention. So the art is done by Tara McPherson. If any of you are familiar with her works, I was familiar with her works prior to this game coming out, so you'll recognize some of the art. So it's like that cool, funky type of art, psychedelic, like you were kind of saying.
Yeah.
So that's where it's from.
Yep, and it definitely draws people in. They see this and they instantly want to know what you're playing, because it is very. I love the artwork. It is gorgeous
It's
artwork.
dreamy.
It is very dreamy. Yes. Okay, so we are going to be trying to find our friends, and the way we find our friends are with these cards. We start with 2, but the way that you complete cards, and I'll show you one of them. I will show you. Here. Okay, 2 weeks off, right? So with these cards, it shows you the friend that you're trying to save in the middle, the elements that you need, which will be 2 different characters at the top, and then a background. Each card is going to have different backgrounds, and then the combination of characters. You need to get those 3 combinations, or the combination of those 3 elements, using your 2 character pieces that you're moving around the board. And I'll show you how that works in a second. I'll continue on with the card. In this corner, it shows you the points that you get when this card is completed at the end of the game. And then in the other corner is the benefit you get from completing that card instantly.
So we're joined by Tulsa. Yeah, no more time off. Just kidding. So if I'm squinting off camera, it's because I forgot my iPad today, so I'm using my phone, and it's like this big. So I'm not typing back, and I'm squinting over here. I'm not giving you evil eye. I'm just trying to read the screen. So
Exactly.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
It's always
joining.
a pleasure.
Yep. Okay, so that is what we're trying to do, is find our friends using those elements. Now, the way you get those elements would be through the 16 tiles that are laid out 4 by 4, representing the Dreamwell. So I'll show you one of the pieces, one of the tiles, and I'm going over here. So here's one. Now I'm showing it this way because these are going to get rotated throughout. So if you wanted it straight up, there's one of the tiles, and it shows you one of the characters that would be represented as a requirement on the cards, and then a background. And there's 4 different backgrounds, and I believe there's 8.
Yep.
Yes, 8 different characters. Now you can also reverse the tile. So on this side, you've got a black swan, and then I think that's called the Dark Skies.
Wow, that's impressive.
I believe. Well, I could be wrong, then it wouldn't be that impressive. But but basically, it's the rainbow background. Now, one of the things that I will point out right away, when you're playing this game, because you will be, well, first off, we're playing the expert mode and the nightmare variant. So with the expert mode, we will be flipping these tiles. If you're only playing the beginner mode, you only use the white side, the white bordered side of the tiles, whereas the back side shows a black bordered tile. When you're setting up for the expert, you're going to use 8 on the black side and 8 on the white side. I'll go back here. So as we're playing, we will be flipping these tiles trying to find the various elements that we need to complete the cards. When you look at one of the cards, you can tell what is on the back based on what is on the front. They do give you a cheat sheet just to make it a little easier. So for example, any tile that has a whale on the front is going to have an elephant on the back. Anything that has the light bulb in it, and I'm already not using the names, anything that has a light bulb on the front is going to have the swan on the back. But the easiest way to tell is if it's pink, the other pink one is going to be on the other side. If it's black, the black one is going to be on the other side, and so on down the line. So you don't have to be constantly flipping to see, well, what is on the back side of that tile, or checking this chart, because if it's the black light bulb, then you know the black swan is on the back side. And similarly, I'll show the 4 backgrounds. So here are the 4 backgrounds, and they're paired up as well. So you've got rainbows, and that I'm pretty sure is called the green caves. I think it's dark skies and green cave. And then I'm just going to call this the underwater background and the pink sky background, because I cannot remember what those 2 are called. But the way that you know which is on the other side is the outside border. So looking at this one, it has the pink around the outside because that is the majority color on the background of the backside.
It's nice to have those little cues for you.
Yeah. So you don't have to constantly keep going back to this card. It's there if you want to reference it, but you have an idea just by looking at it what should be on the backside.
Probably go to the card.
And I do every now and then as well.
I can't help it.
It's a little trickier until you've played for a bit to know the background colors. But the characters, if you're looking for the black swan, you know that it's also going to be on the backside of that black light bulb. So those are a little easier. Okay, so how do you play? You're going to have 3 actions on your turn, and the actions are, actually I'll just read them out. You've got move, rotate a tile, play a friend card, which are these ones, draw a card, replace the display, which is wiping all 4 cards and putting out 4 new ones, or flipping a tile, and again, that's only in the advanced version. If you're playing the basic version, there would be no tile flipping. So you get to do 3 of those actions. You can repeat actions if you wish. The only one I'm going to cover right away is move. The rest we'll just cover as we're playing. When you move, you must move through doors. So if you look at this tile, it has 3 doors. There's the 2 in the corners up here, and then 1 at the bottom here. You can only exit this tile through those doors. So a move action would take you through one of those doors. Now, if there's a door on the other side of that is connected in the exact same spot, you can continue to move with that 1 move action.
I was looking for one for you. There is one here, but it takes you right off the board.
Okay, well there's one. And that's why rotating tiles is one of your options as well.
One there, but it stops.
One there, it stops. Okay. If you had multiple connections, I'm just going to swap these for a second. I did already randomize the layout, but I'll put these back into the random position. If I was here, I could move through this door, and you won't be able to see it there. You know what? I'm going to swap over to the other camera.
Yeah, sure.
Might not be able to see it that well. You can see the doors there. Okay, so if I was sitting here, I could go through here into this tile where the 2 doors connect, and because those are connected, I can continue moving for that same move action, which I could then go out here, and then if I wanted to, right off the board or onto this tile. So you can create chains moving all the way around the board. We're going to have 2 different tiles representing our characters, and again, you're trying to get 3 elements using 2 of them. Normally you would have these standing up on the table, but as you can see, hard to see which of us those would be. So we're actually going to play them laying down just for the sake of viewing for you guys. But you would normally have those standing up. Lastly, because we're playing the Nightmare variant, we've got this thing in play. Creepy. With that, It would normally be standing up on the board as well. We will have it laying down so that you can see where that is clearly. And that basically locks down whatever tile it is on. If it moves onto a tile that somebody is on, it scares them off the board, because this is the nightmare. And it prevents the tile from being rotated or flipped or being moved onto while it is on that tile. And the way this moves around the board is we will be controlling it. We get to move it once at the end of each of our turns.
I like any game with a nightmare variant.
Absolutely, yes.
It's scary, of course. That's like
Yes.
the best.
Okay, so I think I've covered all of the basics. So again, setup is for the expert mode, 8 white side, 8 dark side, randomized, and even orientation is randomized. And then we've already determined I'm going to be the start player. I'm playing pink. And the person to the right of the start player, or would be last in the rotation, and in this case we're just playing 2 players, so it's going to be Mandi, will place the nightmare standee on one of the middle tiles.
So, before I do that, perhaps I should take a look at my cards. You never know, I might need something there. Oh, well, that didn't really give me much info. So we shall place here.
Okay. And that nightmare tile also follows the same move restrictions that we do. So it must move through a door. It can only move one spot though. Even if there is an adjacent door, it can only move the one spot. So you can use that to try and knock other people off the board, or sometimes it would even be beneficial to knock yourself off the board. Because once you've made a set, sometimes it's best to get off the board, because it's one of the move things I have not mentioned yet, is when you move through doors, you can move off the board, and we actually start off the board.
Right.
You can come onto the board anywhere, which means if I've already made a set using this pink elephant on this side, and I need to get over to the blue bunny, it might be easiest if I just step off the board and then use another move action to step onto the board. Or I could use that to knock myself off the board or scare myself off the board. Okay, so you've placed that. I'm going first. I get 3 actions. I will quickly look at what I have.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
So it's a very puzzly game because you're trying to find the requirements for your cards, and if you can, try and block the other players from getting theirs. So you don't want to give away, like you wouldn't want to say, for example, move here, and then flip that tile and not complete anything, because that might make it very obvious to your opponent that those are exactly the pieces you need to complete a card. You just didn't have enough actions to do it, so they could come over and start messing with what you've already tried to build. If they were that type of player.
Exactly. No one's like that here.
Okay, I'm going to start by drawing a card. So one of your options is drawing a card you can take from the 4 face up, or you can take randomly off the top, and then as soon as you take one, you refill it. You will notice that some of the cards have a dark border. So there's the 2 different types of cards. The reason for the dark border is it is only used in the Nightmare variant. If you were playing the basic, you would only be playing with the white cards. All right, so my first action was taking a card.
With the advanced.
Sorry?
Advanced.
Advanced, you play with the dark. Yeah.
Right.
Basic, you only play with the white.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. So.
I am that type of player.
Perfect.
I thought so.
All right. Backgrounds I still need to reference every now and then.
I gotta do the same thing. I'm so glad this card is available.
Yeah. So
Planning the first move is important.
First move, there's a lot of, okay, what are all the cards that I have? Where can I find those elements? It'll pick up as you start going. So if I'm looking for that, I would need that.
Oh dear.
Okay.
It's a bit of a hot mess on this board.
That's awkward.
I would say so. I'm looking at this board, I'm like, there are some things on here that I'm not happy about.
Okay. So my second action, I'm going to move. So when you're coming onto the board, you can come onto the board anywhere. If you come onto the board onto a tile that has a door that also goes off the board, then that would be the same thing as an adjacent door, and you can keep moving. So an example is, I'm going to come off the board onto this tile, which means with that door I can keep moving. So I'm going to move into this tile and stop there. Now, if I wanted to keep moving, I could, because there's adjacent doors, but that's where I want to stop. So that's my second action. My third action, I will move here. And then to end my turn, I then get to move this. I don't want to move it here. My options right now are where the 3 doors are, because again, this follows the same movement rules as players. So I could move here, here, or here. If I moved onto this tile, Mandi would then, on her turn, be able to move it onto here and scare me off the board. If I moved it onto this tile, she'd be able to move it here and scare me off the board. So I'm going to move it here, where I know that it cannot reach me. And again, that means that the tile cannot be rotated, cannot be flipped, and cannot be moved onto. And that's my turn.
All right, so I get to move on an outside edge of the board. Let's just keep this nice and easy breezy. So for 1 action point, we'll come on to the whale in the psychedelic pinky background. That's for 1. Then I'm going to come on to this with the little black light bulb with the sparkly background for 2. And I will complete this card for 3. So this card has the pink whale with the pink psychedelic background. It also has this character. You'll notice there's 2 different backgrounds, but I only need to have the background on one of the tiles that I'm choosing. And my available action I can do is perform a move action.
So I'm going to show this
Yes.
card. So that's the card that Mandi just completed. She has the 3 elements, so she has the 2 characters and the background on one of the tiles. So she gets to lay that down face up. This side here shows what the points will be at the end of the game. So in this case, it'll be worth 1 point, and will also be used as a wild card, and I'll explain how that works when we go through scoring. And then this is an immediate bonus. So she now gets to perform a move action for free. And that must be done immediately. It can't be saved.
So before I continue, the question was, does it say 2-player game?
Plays 2 to 4.
Yes.
Yes.
We just happen to play it with 2 a lot, but yes, it does play up to 4.
It does play up to 4.
All right, so I get a fantastic move action here. I don't know how much it helps.
And a 4-player game would probably get a little chippier.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that front.
You'll end up with people starting to move the tiles that you're trying to set up. They'll start moving the tiles around or flipping them as they're trying to also find their combinations. But at the same time, there'll be much more interaction with that nightmare standee if that is a variant that you're going to play.
Oh boy, well, this move action is not benefiting me in any way, shape, or form at the moment.
And it's not a must.
No, I know, but it would be nice to get that out of the way. I think I'm going to have to forego it. It's not really going to help me at this point. Unless... No, that's not going to help me at all.
Okay.
Okay, so now I get to move the Nightmare.
You do.
And we will move Nightmare over here.
Interesting. And the reason that's interesting...
I have plans.
Yep. With that Nightmare tile here, there's only 2 spots I can move it, and both of them are off the board, which means my turn, at the end of my turn, I'm going to have to take it off the board. Mandi's turn, she gets to bring it back onto the board anywhere. So I know odds are pretty good one of mine can get scared off, or one of hers if that's what she's looking to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll see if she wishes to help herself or hurt me.
There's no method to my madness.
Okay, so it's over to me. What do we have here?
Did you mention how many of these we need to win?
I have not yet. Okay. With the advanced version, the first player to get 10 friends found from the Dreamwell triggers the end of the game. We complete until everybody has had the same number of turns. So the token I've got sitting here represents myself as the start player, which means when we have the last round, Mandi will be playing the last turn.
I know. I like to be sneaky. Those like nice play.
Okay.
See, those do happen on occasion.
That is good. Okay, I'm going to start by making sure that what I'm looking for is on the back side of this, which it should be. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if it wasn't, we could obviously just flip it back and say, oh, that's not what I was looking for. But I'm going to start by flipping this tile. When you flip a tile, you're going to flip it on its x-axis because the doors need to stay in the same orientation. So just as I'm taking this off, right now it's pointing up to you. And I'll show the tile. So this is the tile. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the card I'm looking to complete as well, so you can see what I'm trying to do here.
I'm going to not look.
Oh, I'm completing the card, so that's okay. That's okay. I'm actually going to complete it. So this is the tile that I was on. One of the elements I'm looking for is that pink elephant with the watery background. I'm going to pull back here. So to get that, I know that the pink elephant is going to be on the other side of this card because, or sorry, the pink whale is going to be on the other side of this card because it has the pink elephant. And I know that it's the bluish watery background because it has that blue scale border to it. So when you flip a tile, it's going to flip facing upright. It's going to flip on its x-axis like this so that the doors are, sorry, over here, the doors are in the same orientation. And that way you're not messing with how the board was set up originally. So I'm rotating it like that. So that's my first action. Second action will be to find my friend. So I do have the pink whale in the watery background with the black swan over here. That gives me the bonus of performing a draw action for free. So I get to take one of these cards or a face-up card.
I wonder which one you're going to take. I think I have a strong suspicion.
It might not be what you think.
We'll see about that.
It might. I know what you think. I know what you think I think. But I don't think what you think I think is what I think I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I said all of that correctly, too.
You did.
I know you think I'm going to take this one.
How do you know that's what I think?
And it wasn't going to be, but now it might be, because I don't want you to have that one. You tend to do quite well with those cards. I'll show what it is in a second.
We're filming, so you know what's going to happen. It won't go in my favor.
I'm just going to take it to get it off the board.
I was actually secretly hoping there would be another one.
So the reason we're sort of arguing over this card, not arguing, but one of the points on this one is 5 points if you get a set of these 3 friends. You know what I'm going to do?
Yes.
I keep calling them friends. I'll say their right names every now and then. This is Astra and Orbit. This is the Astra and Orbit friend. So if you have 3 Astras and Orbits, then you would get 5 points, but you need to get the complete set to do so. However, there are multiple cards like that. So if you can get the complete set of 3, you're going to get those points for every single set, which is quite nice.
I would say so.
Okay, so I flipped. I found a friend, took a card as a free action for completing that card. Now I have one more action. One more action, right? Well, just to try and stay out of the way, because I know I'm going to be taking that tile off the board, I am going to move into the middle. Can't catch me. All right, so then to end my turn, I have to move this. And again, like I said, the only place I can move it is off the board, which means Mandi will have full control of that on her turn.
Right.
Okay, over to you.
Oh boy. Where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? All the fun things. Is it really? Not really all the fun things. Okay, so I will actually take this for 1.
Okay.
Take this for 2.
Okay.
Oh! And I'll take this for 3.
Okay.
I think
so,
I'm at my max. I'm pretty close to it anyway.
Now, I don't know if you saw which Mandi just drew there, but she just drew 3 of those Astra and Orbit cards, including one of them that has the points for the set thereof. Crazy. Now, Mandi's holding 4 cards. That is the max. At the end of your turn, if you have more than 4 cards, you have to discard back down to 4.
Correct.
And when you discard, they just go in the order of your choosing to the bottom of the deck. Now, we've always played it 2 Have we played this more than 2 at any point?
I don't think so. I think we've only
No.
played it with 2.
So we would never get through this whole deck. So really the order of your choosing is a bit irrelevant. But even in a 4-player game, I don't know if I'd bother memorizing what the order is that I put them at the bottom.
No.
So they just go to the bottom of the deck.
Right.
Okay, and then...
So now I have to place.
Yep.
Now I've got to think about this. And I think... Oh, we'll keep it interesting. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't get to me.
I think we will place it over here.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. So I'm going to start by playing a friend card. I have found another friend.
Nice.
So it's still using that same whale with the blue water background here. And then I did move on to this tile, which has the Borealis. Now that gives me, as a bonus, I've already located the Umibozu. Umibozu. So that's considered to be located. So when I'm looking to find those 2 characters and background, this I can already consider found without having to find a tile that has it. So ideally, that would be the next element that I'm trying to find, is a card that needs that, because that will make it quite easy. And I will also show that what happens is these are only active while that one card is active. So for example, in the first card that I completed, let me perform a draw action. The second card then overlaps to actually remove that that bonus. So this card now has that that light bulb located, and if I was to complete another card, again, it would overlap, and that would no longer be valid. So only valid while the card is exposed. So that was my first action. Finding a friend. Second action.
Tough calls.
Second action, I'm going to replace the display.
Oh.
Not too often that gets done. Am I happy with that? Not entirely. Well, my third action will be not happy at all.
That's the worst, when one of the cards you want does not come out.
Yeah, even
you're
when you
like-
go digging for it. Okay, third action. Yoink. I'll take that one.
All right.
Then I move. I'll just move it off the board. So there is a door there, moving it off the board. I'm still in the center, so I'm still somewhat safe.
So it's safe for now.
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting. All right, so I will, for my first action, flip this tile.
Mhm.
Boop, for 1. I don't really think I want to do much else here. I do that for 1. And then, yeah, none of these are fantastic. Oh boy. Do that for 1. And then I think I want to do this for 2.
When you rotate a tile, again, that's one of the options. You can rotate it as much as you want. Any direction.
And we'll do this for 3.
Interesting.
And then
Setting up for a lot of hopping around, are you?
I will place. What do I want to do? That is the question. Hold on now. I just don't know what I'm going to do with myself, apparently. And I think we'll do. Oh, hold on a second here. I got to take a little peruse at what I'd like to do. I'm going to do this here. I've scared myself.
Okay.
Off the board.
Good.
Yes, I'd like to think so.
That's over to me, is it?
Tis. That is interesting.
Okay. I'm going to start with flipping this tile. Partly because I know it's a tile that you already flipped, so I'm hoping that messes with you a bit. But partly because it's also a tile I need.
Fair enough.
Move for 2. And then I'm going to complete this card for 3. So I do have the blue bunny in the green cave. And then this is already located based on the bonus of that card that I completed last turn.
Correct.
So with that completed, I now, if I wish, can move to a black swan or a nova. So the question is, do I wish to? I wouldn't mind doing so. I'm going to pop over there.
All right.
And
And
then
you
I'm
get
going to
two.
move this in here.
Perfect.
Now, when you're rotating tiles or flipping tiles, you can only rotate and flip tiles that you are either on or are not occupied by other players. So in this case, Mandi would not be able to rotate or flip that tile back unless she moved over onto it to be able to manipulate it.
All right, so I'm going to think carefully here. So currently that's happening. And we have that. So now I actually have to think about this because I have a couple of things I could do. It's just like the order of operations is important. So with that being said, I could do that. I could also do that. Okay, I gotta think about this now because it's important. Interesting. I could also do that. Okay, so I'm going to move on the board here for 1.
Okay.
I'm going to flip this tile.
Sure.
For 2. And I will complete this card for 3. So I was looking for the black light bulb looking thing and the little puffalump, as I like to call it, with 3 eyes.
And the green cave background.
Correct.
Perfect.
So this allows me to move.
Did I name that right? Black sky.
To
yes.
black sky, exactly. Now, do I want to is the question. Interesting. Well, let's take a gander here if this is of any use.
So again,
to
those
me.
bonuses, the one-time ones, such as moving 2, are not mandatory. You can choose to do so, but it is choose now. You can't save that for later.
So
There are some benefits that actually have an ongoing benefit. For example, rotate a tile for free once per turn, or flip a tile for free once per turn.
So I think I'm going to skip that for right now, but we will move the nightmare, and I think we'll move the nightmare to here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So I moved over here. Why did I do that? That is a great question.
That is the question.
It is. Actually, I think that works.
Okay, there you go. It's always a nice treat.
Oh.
Or does it?
Oh, I can still... It'll take an extra move, but I think I can get there. So I know I've got that on the back side, and I'm pretty sure I've got that on the back side. Okay. I'm going to flip this for 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem right now is this is where it needs to be. Oh, but I'm saying this out loud. Oh, well. I need to get this one over here, but to do so, there's no door adjacent to it, which means I need to rotate this tile. So I will rotate this for 2.
Yes.
Pretend I didn't say all of this. And now that that tile is adjacent, I can move through here. As a matter of fact, if I wanted to, because there's door into door, I could keep on moving door into door and move into here, and then I could go through another door if I wanted to. But I'm just going to park myself right there for 3. And then...
You're fine. You're fine. Okie dokie do. So, what does Mandi want to do? Mandi wants to do plenty. So currently...
It's a nice rhyming in the Dreamwell.
I know. I don't know what happened there. It just happened. And this is also going to happen.
So again, throwing everything at you here with what we're playing, because the base game, you only play with the light sides, just the white bordered tile sides. You only play with the white cards, and you do not play with the nightmare, which means you don't have to worry about flipping the tiles. Everything you need is going to be face up. But with the variant that we're playing, with the expert mode, there is a lot of thinking in terms of which side of the tile am I looking for to find the elements that I need, and then we're throwing in the nightmare element as well, just because we enjoy that.
So I'm actually going to move here for 1, and I'm going to complete this for 2. So that is my 3-eyed puffalump with the dark skies or the black sky, and my elephant, pink elephant. So that's 2.
Pink elephant is Gamma.
Gamma. And I think I can have this as located, which is a nice little treat.
So you've got the blue water already located.
However, not required at this moment. And I think, what do I want to do? Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. I think we will pick this for my final action.
Okay.
Now we will move the nightmare to here.
All right.
Yes, it is definitely a puzzle. Like the first time you play, it's good to play with the basic because there's a lot happening, even just in the basic, you're just trying to figure stuff out. But when you add the advanced, oh my goodness, for me, it's trying to figure out what's on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, how can I get here to complete this card, but I have to flip this one, and how many actions can I do it without giving it away to the other player? Yes, so it's a bit of a puzzly, brain-burny little thing that happens.
It's a puzzle, and you're only seeing half of the puzzle because the other half is on the bottom side of all the tiles.
So it really makes you think.
Meanwhile, somebody else is opening and closing doors to the puzzle as they're rotating and flipping tiles
Exactly.
around.
It's like, don't touch that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to do this before. Well, no, I need to see what I'm heading for. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go digging for more cards. So I'm going to replace the display.
Wow, a lot of that happening this evening.
Yeah. Not too often I do that, and I've just done it twice in this game.
Well, I think you see what you need.
Nothing.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. No bueno. Okay, well, I'll take this one for 2.
That's unfortunate.
And then I'm going to complete this card for 3. So I've got the skull flower.
Yes.
Yes, and that is what it's called. So I've got the skull flower in the blue water on that tile, and then I have the black swan, which is Nova on this tile. So completing that lets me move to black sky. Yes, if I wish.
And do you wish to move to black sky?
I don't know. I don't know. Do I?
That is the question.
So when you have the option to do one of these free moves, you need to figure out, do I want to be on one of those tiles, or is what I need on the backside of one of those tiles, potentially?
Right.
No. What are you? No.
Not what you want, apparently.
What are you? Okay. I will move this one here as my free action. And that was 3, right? I replaced, I took a card, and then I completed a friend.
Right.
And then I'll move this back here.
Yes. All right. Okay, if I recall correctly, if I were to move here to here, that would be 2?
1 move.
Oh, that's right. 1 because of the connection, and then that's correct.
Yep, so it'll all be 1 move.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure that was correct. So I will actually move this from here to here for 1. Move this from here to here for 2. And I will complete this for 3.
Nice.
So basically, that's my 3-eyed puffalump with the dark skies, or black sky, and the
skullflower. Yes.
It's like flower power. Says, so Tulsa, my family would and game would get moody playing this one with 4 people. I love this. I'll have to pick it up.
Nice.
That is so something, I would say.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, perfect. So that allows me to move to a whale, which is kind of good for me, maybe, sort of. Well, potentially. I see some whales here. So we will take that and place my figure on the whale, and it is time to move the nightmare. So obviously we're going to want to do this because I don't want to get scared.
Now, this is something that happens quite often in a 2-player game, I find, is
right.
This will kind of get set into one path where we just kind of keep flipping it back and forth because we're almost at a stalemate. I do not want to move it off the board because that gives Mandi control to bring it back on anywhere around the perimeter. And she doesn't want to carry on here because then I could just scare her off the board. So until one of those tiles gets rotated, and that might happen eventually,
absolutely,
the path isn't going to change. But if we rotate one, then we can start maneuvering that to another section of the board. Whereas if you were to play with 3 or 4 players, if you're playing a 4-player game, 3 other players would play before I got a chance to play, which means I lose complete control over that instead of moving it back and forth. All right. Let's talk more play. Let me see here. Yes. So that's going to be...
I like to call it a puffalump. So anybody who was an 80s baby should really know what a puffalump is. Come on, it looks like a puffalump. Please say you know what a puffalump is.
I was not an 80s baby. I appreciate you saying that, but I was not an 80s baby.
I was legitimately born on 1980.
I'm a little bit older. Let's just leave it at that.
You should still know what a puffalump is. Oh, dear.
Okay.
Although, I do like what's happening on this board right now.
Do you?
I do.
Careful what you say, because it's my turn right now. And I'm not a fan of what's happening on the board. And I'm very tempted to just wipe the whole thing.
No, you won't. Waste an action. Pshaw. See, I also was born in 75 and still don't know what that is.
See?
Darn it, you. All of you need to look up a puffalump. It is so cute. Okay, apparently I'm out on a limb here by myself. Oh, goodness.
All right, so I took a card for 1. I'm still not happy with any of these options. This is... Who shuffled this?
That would be you, sir.
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Draw blind.
No.
Or are you at your max?
No.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
No. Gone. So that's my second action.
Hoping that somebody else makes a
I'm looking for some things here that just are not coming up.
Oh,
I'll take
goodness.
that. So that's my 3 actions.
Wow.
I drew for 1, wiped the board for 2, and then drew again for 3.
All right, Nightmare's on the move.
I know it's shocking.
I know.
Yeah.
For now. That could change shortly,
Yes.
however. Okay, I think I have set myself up in quite a dandy situation. So, for the first action, I will complete that,
Okay.
which is the Puffalump
Puffle up, sure.
with the black skies.
Whatever that is, right?
And the pink whale.
Okay.
This allows me to move to the, what's the correct name?
Umibozu.
Umibozu. So I'm going to
Umibozu.
take my free action to move to the, now determining which one I want to move to is the next question. I think we'll go here.
Okay.
To that one there. Is that what I want to do? Is it? Yes. I don't know. I'm so confused. Yes, we will go to that one. We will go to that one? Yes. This is what happens when you just get confused. And with that being said, so that was still my first action,
Yep.
because that was free. I will... what will I do? What will I do? Flip this. Yes, I always do that, sorry.
If
Thank
so, it was like that, so it's got to flip this way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
X-axis. I
Mhm.
always forget that. That was 2. And how do we want to work this? And I think we'll do... Well, that's very interesting. What an awkward tile. Now that I look at it, I'm like, it seems awkward. And I think we'll do this for 3.
Okay.
Sure. And we will actually move this here. Nightmare is coming for a little visit, I hope.
You're wanting me to knock you off the board, aren't you?
Do I?
To save you a step. What are my options here? All right. We'll see about that.
That's unfortunate. I hope
We'll
it goes
see about
my
that.
way.
Okay.
Are you gonna go my way?
Let me see here.
Now I've got that song in my head. Now I've got to know.
You don't have to get it in my head too.
I know, but it was so appropriate.
Okay. Interesting.
Really? Is it?
It is. What was I just looking for, though? I've lost it. Oh, no. It was interesting.
And now it is no longer interesting.
So if I had... What's on the back side of that? Oh, right. That's what it was. So if I'm looking for that, I need to have that on the other side and that on the other side. So I think that's good for the flip. Then I need this.
That sounds like a lot of steps.
It is. So
Just
if I
to make
go
you feel better, all of mine have been a lot of steps.
1, 2, no, I can't get there from here. I need 4 moves to do that. Shoot. Shoot.
But
Okay. In that case, I'll have to abort that idea.
abort! Abort!
And I will do this instead, I think. So I've got that, and I will have... No, I won't.
This one gets a bit thinky. Especially
Yep.
when you're approaching the end. Or midway to the end, I should say.
That is going to get me that. 1, 2. Wow. Awkward position. What have I done? Okay. Okay. I'm going to flip this.
Yes.
That's 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will then reassess. I will.
So Rapunzel's online, Susan.
Yep.
What have you done?
What have I done? Yeah. What have I done? I don't know.
Here, won't someone think of the children? Apparently not in this game.
No. We're playing the nightmare variant. No,
A
not.
lot of scared ones in
Yeah.
here.
1. I'm going to rotate this tile for 2 as such. And then I'm going to move connecting doors
Yeah.
to here
Right.
for 3.
Nice.
All right, if that was my move, I've done it. And no.
Well, that's unfortunate. That wasn't very nice, now was it?
I didn't want to scare you.
Right.
I thought that was a nice thing.
We'll just. Yes. So Susan, Rapunzel, said that this is a smart idea with the pieces being like swaying, so it's a bit easier to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
I
very
agree.
difficult to see overhead if we had them standing upright properly.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So I'm glad that you noticed, and
Thank you.
it looks better. So thank you for that.
But don't try this at home.
So I guess I'm gonna have to come off the board and use an action point for
Oh
one.
no. Aw.
However, I will be coming back over here
Okay.
for 2.
Okay.
Hello. And what is that we have here? I'll finish that.
Okay.
Actually, that made it a lot easier for me, to be honest. So I have my pink whale with
Yep.
the black skies, and I have the black light bulby doohickey.
Very good.
So thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
That actually made it a lot easier.
1, 2, completed 3,
That's it.
and nightmare.
Nightmare. Where are we going? I feel we need to.
Glad
do
I could help
something,
you.
but thank you. Now it would have been easier if I didn't have to take that extra action, but you know,
I'm sorry.
such is life.
Okay. I'm going to start by flipping this tile
Okay, please do. I'm done with it.
for 1.
Indeed.
I will complete that for 2.
Nice.
So I've got blue bunny, or Jupiter, and pink elephant, which is Gamma, in the, both of them actually in the green cave, which the bonus for that card is immediately move off the board.
Oh, which is a nice thing on occasion.
So the only question is, which one do I want to move off the board?
That is the question.
I'll move that one off the board. So that was flip for 1, complete for 2. I have 1 action left. This is awkward. I have 1 action left. I will, I think I'm just going to, oh boy. Yep, random card off the top, because that's how good the selection is. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
And, over to you.
All right, so I'm going to pick this up for 1. Interesting. I like where that's going. And I'm going to pick this up for 2.
You better after saying that, otherwise I'd wipe that board.
And I will just move for 3. Why not?
Okay.
Now we shall do this.
All right.
The minds are calculating.
Interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Huh. All right, it's time for me to get a little crafty. I'm going to rotate this for 1.
I was hoping this would happen.
Oh, were you?
Do it, do it.
I'm going to take this for 2.
Yep. Oh, still out of action.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
And then
I think we're finishing one.
I'm actually not.
Oh no, that means one's gonna have to go bye-bye.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That's not a problem. Or is it? That might be a problem. I want that, I want that. I want that, I want that. Uh-oh. That might be a problem. But I cannot finish because I've only got one thing on the board and I've only got one action left. So all I could do is move this onto the board. I wouldn't have enough time to finish one.
Right.
Indeed. What have I done? All right. I will...
Do you mind if I post your stream to my Instagram tonight? Oh my goodness, also that'd be amazing. Thank you so much. We would love that. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Nerfenstein's online.
Oh, well, hello.
How's it going? We're kind of like midway through.
So this must mean somebody's at work and bored?
Yeah. Welcome to the Dreamwell.
Wow. I've got myself in an awkward situation here.
Quite the predicament we have here. I really gotta stop watching weird movies.
Wiping the board for my third action.
You and the wiping of the board. Good grief.
Not an efficient way, but doing that.
What did you move it to? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm copacetic with that. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't think
so. What I did set up for is now Mandi has no choice but to remove that from the board at the end of her turn, which means I'm going to have control of that.
Oh no, no, that's not what I'm looking at.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to take that for 1.
Okay. I do need to discard a card.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'll let you do that actually. Before I continue my turn. Sorry, I'm late. I was watching my grandson get an award for being kind at school assembly.
Nice.
Then a tennis medal priors. Listen, that's fantastic. You got to take time for those things. And kindness, I mean, you know, it's getting less and less, you know, as we get older. So it's nice to see that. And for anybody who doesn't know, I was a former teacher. So when I hear things like that, I think it's fantastic. I think it's wonderful. Okay, so with that being said, wunderbar. So that was an action for 1. And then I will move this for 2.
Can't get through there. No door.
Oh, that's right. No door. My apologies. So we're going to go here for 2. Actually, no. What am I doing? What am I doing? ¿Qué pasó? What am I doing? We're going to fix that. I will do something a little differently. So what did I say? That was 1. I picked up the card. So then we'll do... oh my gosh, now I have so many options. I don't know what to do first. There needs to be an order here of operations. Okay, well, let's try this again. So I did that for 1. Oh, why am I making this more complicated than it needs to be? And then I'm going to move off the board for 2. And then I'm going to move. No, I'm going to stay off the board. And I'm going to rotate this for 3. Whoop. Yes, beautiful. Then I can get exactly where I need to go.
All right. And the nightmare.
Yes, nightmare. We will put the nightmare off the board. So we'll just put that aside there. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to...
Teachers are awesome. Yes, they are. Or we are, I guess, technically, I can say. The game is very pretty. So I know you missed this earlier, but the art is by Tara McPherson. So if you're familiar with artwork, they literally have used it for this game. So I love it. It's kind of weird, but the colors are really nice and soft. And bonus points to Nervenstein if you know what a puffalump is. I know what a puffalump is, but apparently nobody else knows what that is. So if you know what that is, bonus points. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you that your grandkids would love it.
Okay. Moving here for 1.
Okay.
Completing this for 2. So I've got the pink elephant, which is Gamma, hiding under there, and the blue bunny, which is Jupiter, in the blue water? Yes, blue water. That means I have Black Swan located, or Nova. And I have 2 actions left. Sorry, 1 action left. So that was a move and complete. One action left, eh?
Yeah, I could do that. Oh, well, that's fantastic.
I'm going to flip this.
Oh, that's good.
And then put this here.
Fantastic. Okay, so before we start, those are lots of cute games. Not you don't own a lot of cute games. It might work. Sushi Go might work, and that's about it. Even though this is cute, it's I don't want to say it's hard, but it's thinky. Like Sushi Go's, very easy, straightforward.
I've actually never played Sushi Go.
You have never played? I have Sushi Go Party and I have Sushi Go. We'll have to play that.
All right.
Very different feel. It is literally just played out of the box.
It's a set collection, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Very straightforward. This one requires you to really think and plan.
Yes.
So it definitely has a different feel, even though it's cute.
Curious what the age range is.
I don't think the game mechanic's cute.
It actually says 14 and up.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's very cute artwork, but yeah, there's some definite planning required to be able to complete these cards.
Absolutely. So now let's see what I'd like to do with myself here. What would I like to do with myself? I don't know. So I could do this a variety of ways. I just have to make sure that I have what I'm looking for. So I think I need to... Okay, so now this is going to require some maneuvering here. I just have to make sure I'm doing it correctly. All right, what do I need? What do I need? So we're going to flip this. I always do this wrong. It's this way.
Yep.
For 1. Put you back on the board for 2. And that's the elephant, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to complete this for 3.
Okay.
So I have my Skullflower with the black skies, and I have the pink elephant.
Yep.
So that answers that. Now I'm able to move to...
Blue water?
Seafood is a blue... Seafood. I meant to say sea background. I'm not hungry at all. But yeah, it's blue water. So how many actions was that? I think that was all 3. I believe it was. Move back on the board.
Yes.
I completed that. Did I move anything?
You flipped the tile.
I flipped the tile.
So flip the
That is
tile,
3.
moved, and then completed. Yep.
That's 3. Perfect. And yes. And then I'm allowed to move to one of these tiles. Do I want to do that is the question. It could benefit me in this case, actually. Potentially. Actually, that would be wonderful if that actually happened. Oh. Could that be so good that you would make that happen? Yes. Let's move to, is that the background? Yes, it is. So I will move there.
Okay.
Here's crossing my fingers. And I will...
Actually, you can't move there. There's no door. Oh, right. Yes, sorry, using the free. Yep. Absolutely.
I say that now, but I may actually want to alter that. Depending, because, well, no, I don't, actually. And I will move this off the board.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I shall do.
Over to me.
Yes. Sorry, that turn took a little while. I had to maneuver there. See? Tulsa looked it up. Okay, I looked it up. I now know what a puffalump is. I remember them now.
Okay.
I knew it. Come on, they were pretty cute. I loved my puffalump.
What is it from?
What is it from? It's just like a toy that they made during the...
It's not from like a show or
No,
from,
it's not like... It's like a... Like, do you remember glowworms?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like one of those.
Okay.
You know, or oh my gosh, my favorite, Popples. Please say you remember Popples. How could you
Probably
not
if I
remember
saw
Popples?
it. I am older than you. I appreciate that you think we're the same age, and hey, that's great, but no, I am older than you.
Popples are, as you're thinking here...
I may not act it. I know that. I'll give you that. I do not
young.
necessarily act my age, but...
But Popples are stuffed animals that they have like a pocket and you can turn them into like a ball. That was like the thing. So you can actually have them as a stuffed animal, or you can use them as like a play toy, like as turning them into a ball.
Okay. Sounds like a K-way.
What is that?
the shells, the windbreakers.
Yes, K-ways. Yes, and you put them in the fanny pack. Okay, I remember those. I had a baby blue one. That was actually...
But I digress. Okay, I'm going to move off the board for one.
Nerfenstein. Yeah, Popples were a little bit like Care Bears, but you could roll them up. But yeah, same sort of idea. Care Bears were a bit more poofy, I feel.
So off the board for one.
Yes.
On the board for 2. Completing this for 3. So I've got my pink elephant over here, and I've got my black light bulb with the blue water. The black light bulb is Umi Bozu. Umi Bozu.
I feel like that
Black light
name's
bulb
familiar.
and blue water here. So that completes that, and then that lets me swap the locations of 2 tiles.
I was actually hoping he would do something else, but we'll see what happens.
Swap the location of 2 tiles, eh? What do I want to do next?
Well, I mean, it's good if you're trying to complete a card and it's hard to get to. That's not great. Actually, that card is awful. I can't do
Swap
it.
the location of 2 tiles. I'm going to swap these 2.
Okay.
And of course, when you swap the tiles, you'd have to keep them in the same orientation. So that was 2, no wait, that was move for 1 off the board, move on the board for 2, complete that card for 3.
Correct.
So then, I'm going to scare myself off the board.
You've scared yourself. Oh dear.
That's me.
Okay, so what am I on? Maybe that'll figure me out here. I have no idea what's happening. Righto. I could do that. That would be really good, actually. Interesting. But then that changes that now, doesn't it? If I do that, I have to think about this. I'm trying to do it in my head, but it's not panning out the way I would like. So, how do we make this happen? How do we make this happen?
Maybe next time I should set up my phone so that I can see the chat, so that while you're thinking, I can be interacting with chat.
I know, right?
I have no access to chat, so.
So to be fair, it's still on Popples or a little bit like Care Bears.
I'd sing you a song if I could, but nobody wants that.
You're all right. You're all right. So I think what I will do is I will flip this tile.
Okay.
For 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Flip that tile for 1. I think that could work. Now, I have to think carefully here what I'd like to do. Okay, what am I on here? That, and we're on that. I could do that, but then I'm leaving myself open later, which I don't necessarily want to do.
Don't worry.
Is there a door on that side? Oh, there is too. And what am I on here? That could happen. Huh. That's very interesting. Oops. There. Okay, I think I'm going to make it a full house here in a minute. Or do I want to do that? So many things, I just can't figure it out. I just don't know. I just don't know.
You're only looking for 3 elements. But
Yeah.
sometimes it can be very hard to figure out what's the best way to get those 3 elements out of the tiles.
So I think I'm going to draw here.
Okay. So 1 action left.
3. Nope, that's it.
Is that it?
Yep.
You flipped this one.
Yeah, I moved.
Did you move?
Oh, I did.
I know you considered moving, but I don't think you actually moved
I
anywhere.
think you're right. But I feel I did another action there.
I only saw the flip.
Oh, okay. I thought I had done something else. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm on an elephant and that. And I think I will do...
And each combination is going to be represented once. So if you were looking for example, Umibozu, or the black light bulb, in blue water, there will only be 1 tile on one side that will represent that combination. So all combinations are represented, but only once. So it's a matter of finding where is it.
And I'll go off the board for 3.
Okay.
And we will move. Oh, that could work out quite nicely. Come to mama.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So over to me. I am going to I'm going to think I made a mistake somewhere along the way.
He's probably trying to screw me.
Did I flip this before? I think I did, didn't I?
You did. It wasn't me.
Oh no, I swapped. That's right.
Oh, that's
swapped
right.
the
You did
location.
a swap.
Okay.
That is
I'm
correct.
thinking, but what I need is on the other side. But yeah, I put it there for a reason. Okay. So I will flip that for 1. So I was thinking, why would I flip it back? What have I done? No, this is right.
All right.
I will move there for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I will complete this for 3.
Nice.
So I have the black swan in the blue water with the pink elephant. And that means I have that pink space located. That is 3 actions. You're probably wanting me to get you out of there. I don't like that.
Get me out of where? I'm off the board.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Oh, that's me. Oh, well then. Do I want to get off the board?
Exactly. I have a poodle. Is that like a pawpaw? Sounds similar, but no. Harry.
I'll give you a yes on that. Maybe I would recognize them if I saw them, but
You would.
I don't recognize
You would totally know them.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. I'll scare myself off again.
Oh.
That's me.
Very interesting. All right, now, what do I want to do with myself here is the question. I have to think about this now. I have to think carefully about this now.
So like we said before, the nightmare was kind of stuck in a track for a while, but sometimes once you get it out, then it's going to start roaming the board. In 2 players, it will get kind of stuck in a rut every now and then, but with more players, it'll start roaming quite a bit as people try and knock other people off the board. So we've got it roaming now. That's fun.
1, a 2, a 3. So, I have the black swan.
Yep.
And with the black sky, and I also have the black sky there with the skull flower.
Yep.
Replace the display and draw a card from it.
All right.
Interesting. Well, let me think about that for a second here. I don't know if that benefits me in any way. Not particularly. So I'm going to go with this one.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. I got to move.
Yep.
Oh, not a convenient location for me, but all right. And we'll do that. Boink. We've now scared you off.
Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, starting fresh.
Yeah, why not? You get to go exactly where you want to go.
Indeed I do. Draw that for 1.
Yeah, well, that's not particularly great.
Okay. Two. Unless. Two. And I'm going to come in here, and because there's a door adjacent to outside, I get to keep moving. So I'll go there for 3.
Okay. And don't forget to move.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed. Boop. Okay. So I will. Interesting. Move off the board for 1. Bring my player back on for 2. Completing this for 3.
Okay.
I have the flower.
Skullflower and
Skullflower with the black skies, and I have the floating bunny rabbit. And that allows me to move to the sea-type background. So I will move. Oh, what do I want to move? Let's take a gander here and think of this carefully. C-type background, eh? So I'm going to do this.
Okay.
That's my turn, I believe.
And Nightmare.
Correct mundo. So I think we'll go, hold on, hold the phone here. Oh, that would be fantastic if that could happen. So we'll go here. And that is my turn.
All right.
Ooh. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be lovely.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to rotate this for 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to complete this card for 2.
Yes.
Now you might be wondering, why did I bother rotating a tile if I could already complete it?
You have other plans.
Wait to see. So I've got Black Swan
Mm-hmm.
and Blue Bunny in the pink sky,
Mm-hmm.
which lets me perform a move action. And now that I've rotated that tile, that has a door that leads in a direction I wish to go. So that was 1 to rotate, 2 to complete. I have 1 action left.
And are you going to complete a card?
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet. I will move here.
And the nightmare.
You want me to do that. I'm moving over here.
That's unfortunate, because I legitimately thought he was going to put it on the other spot.
Sometimes you could be helping people by taking them off the board.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're in the center section, because it might not be that easy to remove yourself from the board or to move elsewhere.
How do I want to do this? Ooh, this is pretty darn fantastic. Okay. So I could do this a variety of ways. I could flip this for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. And that's my thingy there. And come off the board.
Box size aside, there's a bit of an insert in there. It's taking up a bit of space. Box size aside, this is a rather portable game. I just came back from a week on the other side of the country, went out to Vancouver, and I was able to travel with this and just had everything in, had the tiles in a baggie and had the cards in a card box, and it traveled exceptionally well. Even played in the airport waiting to come back.
And I think I will, so I've moved off the board for 2.
Okay.
And I will drop the top for 3.
Alrighty. And Nightmare.
Yes. I could move it there. We'll just move it here.
All right. So I am going to flip this tile for 1. Complete this card for 2. So I've got my, not an Oompa Loompa, it's a
Puff-a-lump.
Puff-a-lump here with the pink space,
Pink space.
and pink whale, also with the pink space. So that completes that, and that is 3,
That's your 10.
6, 9, 10 cards. So this is the final round, but because I was the first player, Mandi does still get a full turn after this. And I have 1 action left.
Make it fun.
No, I can't flip that. I cannot flip that. I cannot flip that.
And I hope you do something else.
Huh. Well, now I don't want to do something then. I'll flip this. Pretty random.
And you get to move the nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah. Just.
You want me to take you off, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you also flip that tile, so it might be one you need. Oh, but maybe you're just trying to lead me into thinking that you wanted that tile.
Why? Why? I legitimately hoped he would just like see through the facade. That's unfortunate. For you. Okay, so I'm going to come on the board for 1. And I will complete this card for 2.
Okay.
So that's the pink elephant with the, I think it's the pink sky,
space.
pink space you called it,
Yep.
and then the black swan.
Yep.
And so that was
2 actions.
2 actions. And unfortunately, I was hoping I'd be able to swing one more, but
It would have to be done in this action.
yes, and unfortunately that's not going to
Very
happen.
difficult to get 2 cards done in one turn because you generally need to move at least once.
Right.
And, yeah.
If I had the other card I wanted, it would have happened. So really,
but you
at
did
this
get
point,
to 10 as well.
I did.
6. Yeah.
You are 100% right. Otherwise, I would have attempted to complete something. So at this point, I mean, I can draw a card as my final action and move the nightmare here.
Okay.
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 That's it.
So that's the end of the game. Now we go into final scoring, and that's where the left side box, the box on the left side of the card, comes into play. These are all the scoring opportunities.
Do you want to do this one at a time,
Yep,
perhaps?
we'll do it one at a time.
That might be better.
I will now explain what a wild is.
Because I do
Did
have
you
one as well.
You have one as well?
I have
Okay.
2.
So there's, you have 2. That might be a problem. Okay. So on this card, it's only worth 1 point, but it is also worth a wild. So when it comes to scoring cards such as, I'll give this one as an example. This one is going to give 3 points per that pair of characters. So for every, let's see here, what is that? That's ace and ion pair you have, you're going to score 3 points. So if you want, you could have that wild count as one of those. But it can only count as one of a character and a background. So one of each, but it can't count as multiple types of each element. So what I usually like to do to make it a little more simple for scoring visually is for a wild, I will take some cards that represent the background and the character that I wish it to be. So in my case, I would like another ion. So this card is just purely going to represent the character. So I'm looking for an ion, and the background in my case is irrelevant. I don't have any cards that score backgrounds, but I'll give an example if I can find. Do you have one that scores backgrounds?
Yeah. This
Yeah? Okay, I'll use that. So if we look at this card, this gives you a point plus another point for every dark sky or black sky background that you have. So in that case, it would help having the wild to be able to make it the black sky. So I don't have any background scoring cards. I won't bother selecting the background. I just have that character card to represent that character. Now, shall I go through the scoring?
Yeah, go ahead with yours,
and then we'll
do
explain
mine.
yours?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
So I've got some very simple straight up points here. I've got, in terms of just plain points, 4, 2, 4 and 2, so 6, 7, 10, 12, and then 13 for that wild. So I've got 13 with plain points, but I also have 3 cards. So same one that I was just showing you, 3 points per those pairs of characters, and I have 3 of those cards. Now, how many sets of them do I have? 2. I've got 3 of those, and I've got 1, 2, Did I only get 2? 1? Oh no.
Oh no, it's only 2.
Huh. I thought I had a third one. Oh no.
2 pairs is still pretty good. And then it's times
It's not bad.
3, so.
But let me make sure I've got. Okay. Because if that's the case, then I don't even need this as the wild.
Mm-hmm.
But really, that wild's doing me no good then, because I also have 3 of those for that set.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't even need the wild then. I thought I had 3 of those out. It must have been a card that I didn't complete.
Right.
Okay, so looking at that again, I've got 2 sets of those with 3 points each and 3 of those cards. So 6, 12, 18.
Mm-hmm.
18. And I've got 1 of these. This is the one that I took because I wanted to get it away from Mandi, but she ended up getting what? 2 of them anyway. So 5 points if I was to get 3 of those, which I did get.
Yep.
So I said 18 and 5 is 23, 27, 29, 30, 33, 35, 36. And the wild doesn't do me any good. 36. I think that's it. Yes. All right.
Mine's always complicated.
36. We'll remember that.
Oh, dear.
Okay. So what have you got going on?
Okay, so maybe we'll start on the easier end of the scale.
Sure. Oh, and you even have a 7-pointer.
Yes.
So she's got 2 of the cards that require those sets of 3, and 1 of them is even worth 7 points as opposed to just 5. Very good.
Okay, so
that's 12.
12 there. Then here, these are just straight points.
Okay.
Okay, so 7, 10, 14.
Okay.
That's good. So we're at, what, 26?
26.
All right. And then we've got some wilds happening here and my background. So maybe we should do, yes, so this can actually happen. So I have a 2-pointer wild and a 1-pointer wild.
Okay.
Plus I have the 1 plus the 1 per.
And that's the only thing that the wild's going to help you with, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
the background. So it would be...
So we'll just consider each wild as a background, as that background then.
Right. So, right. So this wild is worth 2.
It's worth 2, yep.
Right. And this is worth 1, right?
Yep.
Plus, for this card, it's going to be
So what
1,
did we say?
2.
7, 10, 14, 12, 26, 28, 29.
correct.
And then 1 for that card, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get 1 per each of those backgrounds. Oh, nice. Which is just what you need. So 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Well done. 38, 36. Very close game. Wow. Yeah, I was getting all those dark skies, or the black skies.
Yeah, I knew that. I needed that. So I was like, just get those darks. But
Yeah.
you kept flipping them to lighter sides. I'm like, quit doing that.
And I thought I had 1 more of these guys. That must be the
Which
card I put
would
back.
have put
Which
you
would have
over.
put me 1 point over you. Yeah.
Right.
So close. So yeah, that wild did me absolutely no good whatsoever. In which case, that was only a 1-point card. Oh, so close. Anyway, there you go.
So the artwork is Schmick. I have never heard that before.
Schmick.
That's supposed to be like, it's good. I've never heard that.
How is it spelled?
S-C-H-M-I-C-K.
Schmeck good. I know German
Yeah.
is Schmeck. I thought it was pronounced Schmeck, but maybe I'm getting the pronunciation
okay.
wrong.
Well, there you go. Learn something new.
Yeah, would be
It's good. I'm assuming.
would be good. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Cool. Oh, and Rapunzel, close game. Oh my gosh.
It was.
So,
Yes.
even the last time we played, though, it was like I think you ended up taking it, but it was because I had a few of these happening, but it was
You did,
close.
and I actually it was almost the exact same situation where I was working on the pairs,
Yeah.
and you were working on the sets of 3.
That's right.
But I did have more of these pairs, and I thought I had 1 more of those guys. I thought I had 1 more ace. Thought I had 1 more ace in the hole. Apparently not.
She said
yeah.
it means, or Neverstein said it means stylish, lovely.
Okay,
So, okay,
Cool.
I learned a new word.
there you go.
So, yes, so there you go. It's funny because sometimes my brain with like puzzly games just melts and I'm like, why can't I figure this out? But this one, I get it. And I think because it has that set collection element in there, I think that appeals to me. I really like that. And I do find with the basic game, it's still really fun. But when you add those advanced elements in the nightmare, you're now not just concentrating on your cards. You're thinking about, how do I rotate this tile? How do I flip this tile? Oh, wait, that's what's on the other side, so I need to do that. Like, I literally, for the entire game, had all of the dark background cards, and I kept flipping them to the light. So now I'm double the work in my brain to try and figure out how I'm going to do it without picking those tiles that he's just flipped. Because there's only there could be only one with the combination that you need on the board. So
now, if we were playing real serious and not looking at trying to stream, what we should be doing as well is looking at what will the other person be scoring. Now, I knew that she had collected at least one of those, if not more.
Right.
But if I had seen that card was out, maybe I would have even been concentrating on flipping those tiles over more often, so that she has to waste time flipping them back. As long as they're tiles that I need on the other side, there's no point in me spending an action to do this just so that she spends an action to do it back.
Right.
But if I can make use of that other side, then I'm getting a benefit while it's taking an extra action away from Mandi as well.
Yeah, it's thinking ahead, which is nice.
Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of planning, not only in trying to get yours done, but try and prevent the other player as well.
That's right.
Yep.
So overall, I really like this game. We played it at lunch. Now, if you're going to play this at lunch, I would not play with all of this. I would stick to the basic, because first of all, you don't have the nightmare, you don't have the flipping of the tiles. You're only playing with the white rimmed tiles, and certain cards are not involved, and it's less. I think your goal is 6
or 7
potentially.
I think it might be
3
7,
less goal cards to
it's a bit shorter of a game.
So it is shorter,
but can easily be done in
for sure
a lunchtime. Yeah.
So if you have like an hour lunch, I think you'd be fine.
Yep.
A game I like. I love the art. The art is super pretty. I mean, it's a smart game.
And will draw people to the table.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So it is cute, but the gameplay itself has thought behind it. It's not just
cute, not childish.
You know what? That's exactly how to describe it. So it definitely has some meat in it, and if you are looking for something that is a bit thinky, this will do that for you. And like I said, you can choose your levels and lots of replayability.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
I know. Now I'm like,
can turn the brain off now.
Yay! And my brain is done.
Yep.
So, Nervenstein. It's an Australian term. Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh, she thought it was everyone said it. No, I have never heard of it. So there you go. I learned something new. But you said you had heard something similar.
There's a German that's Schmeck is very close. The only reason I know it is my dad has said it a lot. Schmeck good, that's something blah blah blah.
Oh, okay.
So I know there's a German word that's similar, but yeah, okay.
Yes, Nervenstein, add this one to the list. This one is one of my favorites. Now, if you're able to get the deluxe version, the cards are tarot size, which I would have liked, but
really,
you know,
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. So when it was on, I didn't purchase mine on Kickstarter. Unfortunately, I purchased it after because it was really expensive for Canadians to get. So I purchased it through a friend through Quickie Games Online with Carol, and yes, the deluxe version has.
Now, having said that, if you are looking to play, say over a lunch, or like I said earlier, that it is a nicely portable game, the tarot size would kind of take away from that, right? We did play this in an airport. It was just yesterday. I'm still a little jet lagged at the moment, but yeah, it was just yesterday. I was playing this in Vancouver Airport, so it fit nicely on one of those like a food court size type of table. Right. But yeah, if you were playing with the deluxe version, it wouldn't be as portable. However, you'd have more artwork to look at, I would imagine. Right. So yeah, that would actually be quite nice.
But it's very similar. But I think the tiles are the same size. I'm not 100% sure about the standees. If they change them in the deluxe, I would assume so. But I mean, I think I picked this up for about $30. I think the deluxe was ranging at around $45. I mean, this was US at the time, so that was a little expensive for me. So, but I usually go with the deluxe. But in this case, I just wanted something small.
I don't know how easy it is to find right now. I did get a copy for friends of mine, Craig and Jenny, last year at some point, and I think I had to pay $45 to $50 to get it, to ship it in. Oh, it was a little more difficult. So maybe they've done another print run since then. I don't know, but that was about a year ago.
I got this copy through Carol at Quickie Games, so I think it is unavailable. I think you can get it for about 30 Canadian. So I think that's what I paid for. But at the time, the Kickstarter was like that US. Yeah. So it was a little bit expensive for me. So. All right. But that's it. So definitely a winner. Definitely one we'll be playing again. And love the art. It's great. Definitely, if you haven't tried it, check it out. Even if the friends don't like the cute games, just make them try it. They'll realize how thinky it is, and it's good. Yep.
Yeah, so next potential stream, I'm away again next week. Still in the sort of holiday season here with summer vacations. So I'm away next week. But the week after, Mandi's going to be away.
I will be at Gen Con.
Going to Gen Con.
Any of you are going to Gen Con, it'll be crazy because I've heard it's sold out, or pretty close to that anyways. With the passes are sold out, but there are, I think, still a few day passes left. But I will be at Gen Con. Coming back on the Monday, I will be tired after a 12-hour drive.
So well, first I get to be jealous about all the games that she gets to play again. And I may or may not do a solo game. I might, we'll see. The last one that I tried, I felt very awkward trying to do it solo, trying to take care of everything myself. But I think once I got into the actual game,
You were fine.
it was okay. So I might try another solo game 2 weeks from now. So if there is any solo games that people do want to see, feel free to mention them. But I haven't picked one out yet, because I'm not positive I'm going to do that. We'll see.
So never seen things, guys. Always learn something from your streams. So lucky going to Gen Con one day. I'm telling you.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you
And
so much.
teaching us a word.
I know, see? Taught us something as well. So Gen Con is always a crazy, crazy time. It's usually work, work, work. So one day, yes, we will have to meet there, hopefully.
There you go.
So there you go. So that's it, though. Thanks so much for joining us. I guess we should give a little final where you can find us. So if you have any game requests that you'd like to see, you can send it to me at the number 2, die4games@gmail.com.
Or to myself at Pawlom21, Pawlom 21 @gmail.com.
All of our social media as well, with To Die For Games on YouTube as well as Facebook. Also under the Board Gamer Pinup Girl on Twitter, Board Gaming Pinup Girl on Instagram. Also, we have our website, www.to, not the number 2, die4games.com. You can see any of us there. And you can also see some of our written blog stuff as well. So we've got a lot happening. I'm also on the Dice Tower. You'll see more of me on the Dice Tower coming soon. And contributor to some other podcasts and channels as well.
And I'm on Instagram as Pawlom, Pawlom. Twitter is Pawlom21. And here every Monday night, 8 o'clock. Almost every Monday night, except for holidays.
I know. It's the summertime, so
Yep.
it's a little crazy. We'll be back to regular schedule, I think, once the fall hits.
So in 2 weeks, possibly a solo playthrough of something. And then in 3 weeks, we'll definitely be back to our regular schedule after that.
Yes, exactly, once everything dies down.
Yep.
So that's it. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right.
And
Thanks.
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.